Our today's goal is to understand the linear and non-linear circuit using op-amp. So before doing that, you must have some ideas about an op-amp. So from our previous classes, we know that an op-amp is look like this upside down triangular shaped device, but there are basically three terminals. We use only three terminals, that's why we are presenting only three. So this terminal is the output terminal denoted by V0. And these two terminals are input terminals denoted by V1 and V2. Where you see a negative sign means it's the inverting input terminal, and where you see a positive sign, it represents that the V2 terminal is the non-inverting input terminal. Along with this, you must have some knowledge about the properties of an ideal op-amp in open loop condition. So what is meant by open loop condition? You see, if there is some connection between the input terminals and output terminals, in that case, this circuit will not be considered as open loop. And if there is no connection between the input and output, it's considered as an open loop condition. So I am writing some characteristics of an ideal op-amp in open loop condition. The first one is about the voltage gain. So in open loop condition, the voltage gain is represented by this symbol. A represents gain, and as I am denoting the voltage gain, so I am representing by AV. And as in open loop condition, I am writing OL, means open loop. So of an ideal op-amp in open loop condition, the voltage gain tends to infinity, means it's very high. So what is voltage gain? Gain is basically the output and input. So if you want to know the voltage gain, in that case you have to divide the output voltage by input voltage. So it's the gain, means this is called the voltage gain. Similarly, if you want to know about the current gain, you must have divided the output current by input current. In that case it will be the current gain, AI. A symbol represents gain and I represents current gain. So these are the definitions of gain. So for an ideal op-amp in open loop condition, the first characteristic is its voltage gain is infinity, and the second characteristic is the input resistance, means these two terminals resistance are very high, means the Ri, I am representing the Ri means the input resistance of an ideal op-amp is changed to infinity. The third characteristic is the output resistance. The output resistance is very low, tends to 0, and the fourth characteristic of an ideal op-amp is about the bandwidth. So of an ideal op-amp's bandwidth is very large. That means it can respond to any frequency. You understand that the frequency, whichever frequency is coming to an ideal op-amp, it's capable to respond to that frequency. So this is represented by omega, means bandwidth, which tends to infinity. And the fifth property is about common mode rejection ratio. So CMRR. What is meant by common mode rejection ratio? What is meant by common mode rejection ratio? It's equal to the, so it's common mode gain by differential mode gain. So CMRR of an ideal op-amp is also very high, it tends to infinity. And the last property of an ideal op-amp is perfect balance. What is meant by perfect balance? That is, I am writing this perfect balance. Perfect balance is that condition if inputs are same. In that case, output will be 0. Means if V1 equals to V2 that case you will get no output, means VO will be 0. This condition is called perfect balance. So of an ideal op-amp shows perfect balance, means if you apply V1 and V2 same to an ideal op-amp, in that case you will get VO equals to 0. So these are the 6 properties of an ideal op-amp in open loop condition.